It is 1981. Glasgow is dying and good families must grift to survive. Agnes Bain has always expected more from life. She dreams of greater things. A house with its own front door and a life bought and paid for outright, like her perfect but false teeth. But Agnes is abandoned by her philandering husband, and soon she and her 3 children find themselves trapped. Good day, readers and listeners, and welcome to another instalment of Tom's Rapid Reviews, where each week we take a book review written by one of our fabulous Surrey Library staff. I give a bit of background and context surrounding the book and its author, and it's all done in the hope that you might be inspired to try reading or listening to something new. So without further ado, let me introduce you to Shuggie Bain by Douglas Stuart. I want to begin with a quick content warning. This book, and to a lesser extent this review, discuss themes of domestic abuse, sexual assault and alcoholism. If you'd rather avoid that and not watch, then that's perfectly okay. Shuggie Bain is a powerful debut novel by Scottish-American writer Douglas Stuart. It follows the early life of its title character as he navigates, or rather survives, crushing poverty, his mother's alcoholism and his father's faithlessness and spousal abuse in the late 20th century. Shuggie is seen as an unusual child, often referred to as by others as not right. In actuality, Shuggie is growing up gay in a time and a place which was not welcoming to it. Safe to say then that the novel covers some weighty ground, but it has proved a critical success, winning 2020's Booker Prize. Our review this week is my own. Let's get into it. I actually began reading Shuggie Bain in preparation for starting my job here at the library service, wanting to keep up with what was being talked about in a literary world. So I got hold of a copy and started to read it in my downtime. There are 2 major aspects really which define my time with the book. One is that it's brilliantly well written, fully realised, and leaves a real mark on the reader. And this is very clear from early chapters. The other aspect though is that I found the book pretty hard going. Indeed, I actually didn't finish it. The themes of the book are heavy, and while Stuart doesn't revel in the emotional and physical violence his characters live through, he doesn't shy away from it either. The text is unflinching, and indeed it was I who flinched. Shuggie Bain is a brilliant book, but it's not what I would describe as a fun one. If you've got the stomach for following the life of the titular character and his family through their trials, tribulations and brief moments of happiness, then I urge you to do so. If, however, you're looking for a book for a bit of escapism, then I suggest you look elsewhere. As such, I'd like to give Shuggie Bain 3 out of 5. I hope this score recognises the duality of the book's inherent quality, opposing my personal experience with it. It's very good, it's just not for everyone. If though you are after a book that's something of a modern classic or a prize winner, Tom's Rapid Reviews have you covered. I'm going to talk about some other books that were nominated for the Booker Prize alongside Shuggie Bain. There's The New Wilderness by Diane Cook, a book about a mother and her daughter trying to survive a world scarred by climate change. That's available as a physical book, a talking CD, or on the Libby app. There's This Mournable Body by Tsitsi Danganronpa, which is a story about a young woman trying to make a life for herself in the fledgling nation of Zimbabwe, and what happens as circumstances dictate that her hard work doesn't pay off. That's available on Libby as an audiobook and an ebook, as well as physically. And finally, there's Burnt Sugar by Avni Doshi, which is about a woman caring for her mother who has dementia, and the way that makes her feel when during her own childhood her mother became obsessed with a local guru and neglected her. That's available on the Libby app as well as physically. And Shuggie Bain is available on BorrowBox, on the Libby app or again physically. Until next time, readers and listeners then, I hope that's given you some prize-winning, critically acclaimed ideas for your reading. Until next time though, it's farewell from me. Stay safe, borrow books, and I'll see you again soon.